Yeah, 2 minutes after.
Yeah, got it up there. Hey guys, how's everyone doing today?
Evening, everybody.
Sorry we're a couple minutes late here. I started to put it on live and get us set up, and then I accidentally closed it all out and had to restart it all. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing good today. Let's see who's in the house today. Oh, Pilgrim was first in the house today, and he was like,
Way.
I I didn't even get up into chat before he got in there. So that right on there, that was way early today. Looks like we're 5 by 5. Okay, awesome. Let's see who's here today. We got Mayhem Studios, Misty, D, Pilgrim, Bama Jen, Ed, Maria, Chaos, Black Cat, Kevin Ramsey, Katrinka, Coffee First. We got a bunch of people in here. Awesome. Never Look Back. I think I saw Always Survive in here too a little bit ago. JRC Homestead. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's awesome. We loving the cooler weather here in Texas.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I personally don't like cold weather very much at all. Although having as hot as it had been all summer and stuff like that, it is nice to have a little break from it. But I'm over it already. We if we don't have any cool weather anymore, I'll be fine. Well, the thing is, we went like right from summer, like it was 70 degrees, and all of a sudden it's like 40 degrees. So kind of skipped right over the fall, but.
Which, of course, I'm sure there's more people that have a lot colder weather than we do.
Oh, yeah. I know some people up north, and some people have already said that they've had snow. So, we don't have to deal with that. It is kind of a nice break and change, but,
Well, what kind of sucks in Texas is you've got the cold weather, you've got lots of wind, usually, not so much here. So you have chill factor, but no snow.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing is I'm originally from Michigan, so I do understand the cold and I do understand the snow. I lived there like all growing up and everything, and just been down south my adult years and everything. So I completely understand the snow and the cold. And when I lived there, I didn't really mind it that much. I mean, it seemed like it was a different kind of cold than it is down here too. I don't know if it was just because I was
chill factor.
I just don't know if it was because I was younger though, and so my body was fine with whatever, and then the older I've gotten, the more the cold it makes me really achy. Like my body hurts all over. I guess that's what happens when you get a little bit older and stuff.
But yeah, when I was before I retired, I was on the flatline. There was one winter. Excuse me. I went outside with a cup of warm water and threw it up in the air, and it froze before it hit the ground.
That's when you know that it's cold. It does that stuff. Yes, you guys, make sure you are all in live chat so you can see all the messages. So you don't miss out. I mean, if you want to be in top chat, that's fine. But and if you aren't subscribed, yes, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you, Kevin. And always smash that thumbs up. I understand people want to kind of wait until they see what's happening sometimes to do that, and that's fine. And if you want to hit a thumbs down, that's fine too. I mean, it just as long as we can kind of get pushed out. It seems like Kevin was mentioning that he's got like 4 different devices or something that he does, and he only gets one notification on one device, gets notified of our videos. So I don't know if YouTube's upset with us for some things that we've said or something. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, we're always saying things that maybe they don't like so much, but I'm not going to change. I'm going to tell it like it is and talk the way that I do and say the things that I do. I'm not going to change to appease them or anything. So I hope you guys are all okay with that, because that's what it's going to be. So okay. Hey, Tanya, I think, sorry if I got that wrong. Two-wheel prepper, Dusty Country Road. Good to see you guys. Misty, good to see you. Good to see y'all. Steph L. If I missed someone, I'm so sorry. And you guys too, if you have something that you want to say to us, like, tag us or like put it all in caps so it'll be easier for me to find it if I still can. I'll be trying to look too. Maria, and good to see you. Okay, today I wanted to kind of do lately we've been doing a lot of scenarios that are like post collapse and things like that. Like what to do once everything's already gone to crap and stuff. Well, I want to kind of start doing a little bit more of what to do now in the situation before things go to crap. I want to
Or
kind of make it more
as
relevant
things
as things are starting to go that way. I want to make it a little bit more relevant. I think that would I think maybe you guys appreciate that more. I'm not sure. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for scenarios and stuff, please leave comments in the live chat, leave them in the comments afterwards and stuff. And we will definitely try to do them. Today, I wanted to start off with, and I'm not picking or anything, but I told Coffee First today was kind of about her and stuff because, you know, she lives in a place where it's not, you know, super gun friendly. There are a lot of liberals there. What happened?
Somebody mentioned this.
Oh, yeah, we're ready for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. I got this part sharp. Now I'm fixing to sharpen this part.
But yeah, so, and she said that, you know, she can't wait until she can move so she can start really having conversations.
What it was that I had in my hand.
So she could have conversations with us and stuff about this kind of stuff. So I listened to you guys when you guys have comments and things. So this one's for her. Now, what would you do? This doesn't affect everyone, but let's go ahead and answer and things like that too. I mean, like we live in Texas, so this doesn't really apply to us, but I know there are people that live in like Colorado, New York, California, Washington. I don't know all the states that this applies to, but I know quite a few of them are liberal states and they don't like you to have self-defense. AKA
Pilgrim asked if it's a combat hatchet. I guess so. It's a SOG. So could be tactical, could be utilitarian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's to help with the zombies. Or actually, that's something. Okay, let me get to the question because I'm kind of like jumping all over the place. Yeah, which actually this could work in as something for the question too. But
well, I was kind of cutting some small limbs off the trees and stuff with this too.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say like you live in a non-gun friendly state or country, because some countries, I mean, like Israel, they had those problems and stuff. So what would you do to protect yourself and your family? How can you resolve this situation if you're living in one of these places? And the crazy thing is, well, I guess it's not crazy. It makes sense. But usually the states that are less gun friendly are actually more violent and have more violent crimes and stuff. I mean, go figure. Of course,
if you were a criminal and you wanted to, would you rather
go for soft targets? And that's the thing. So, and you still need to protect yourself and you need to protect your family. So, without the obvious of moving out of there, okay, because some people just can't do that. And I'm not here to tell you you need to move. So, you know, I mean, if you can and you have the means to, yes, you should. But besides,
not everybody can do that.
But not everybody can do that. So if you can't do that for whatever reason, what can you do? I don't live in those states, so I don't know the rules super well, but I do know that they make you jump through hoops and stuff. I think you can buy firearms, but it's like, I think it takes a process and stuff. I heard, maybe I'm wrong on this. I heard like California or something that it's like a 30-day waiting period or something.
I have no idea. It might be longer. And plus, I think some states only want to have shotguns, hunting rifles.
Well, that's the thing.
Limit you on how much ammo you can buy.
Well, I think in California, I don't know about other states, but I think that you can only have like a 10 mag. Maybe I could be wrong on this. If somebody lives in these states and knows the laws better than me, by all means, you know, let me know. But I'm pretty sure they can only get certain amount, like 10 round mags. Maybe I think is the most that you can get and stuff like that. Which is better than nothing. So, I mean, if you have that option, I would suggest go ahead and do it. But if it's just too many hoops to jump through and you're just having too many problems and you can't do it, what exactly can you do? Well, you still need to defend yourself. You can get things like this, knives, things like that.
Coffee First said that they can get rifles now, but they have background check for ammo.
Yes, that's another thing too. Is I heard you had a background check for ammo in New York and maybe California too. I'm not sure. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Why would you need a background check for ammo? I mean, I don't know. They're just trying to make it so difficult for us to be able to purchase anything is what it is.
Yeah, it's the Second Amendment is supposed to be for every state.
Mm-hmm. And the Second Amendment is supposed to be for everyone too.
Yeah.
But if you're a convicted felon, you're not legally able to, and somehow I've heard some illegals are coming in here and they are trying to purchase ammo and guns and stuff. And it's like, okay, how are they able to purchase this easier than someone? It just doesn't make any sense.
No.
And it's just not right. Especially because we don't know why they're in here. So if they're trying to do that, that's bad. But I've kind of got off topic a little bit and stuff. Things you took them down. Oh, we got the one over there. The BB pistols. Those are legal everywhere and stuff like BB guns, pellet pistol, whatever, rifle, things like that. That's better than nothing. I mean, it's not really gonna do much to someone, but if they don't know, it's not. I mean, some idiots wouldn't realize that it's not real, actually, and it might scare them off.
Also, think outside the box. Think about black powder.
That's what I was just going to say. I don't know. I know if you're a convicted felon, you can have black powder.
Because they don't call them firearms.
But I don't know if, like, New York and California, I'm assuming that they could still purchase those there with no problem because they don't consider them firearms. So that's an option too. Yes, it's more work and stuff. Well, and I don't think they're that expensive either. I think they're fairly cheap, you know.
You can get a cap and ball revolver pistol that is a lot easier to reload than the old flintlock style pistols, and you can load it up and keep it loaded, and it'll stay good for quite a while.
Really, Coffee First, they can't get certain compound crossbows shipped because that's what I was going to suggest next was compound crossbows or any kind of bow and arrow type of thing and stuff. So you don't have yours out here, do you?
No.
But all those are good things to have.
I'll be right back.
Okay, as many knives as you can have, that type of thing. I don't know the laws in New York or California with knives and stuff. Here, you can pretty much carry like a big old sword around with you, and there's no problem with that. But the thing is, too, is I wouldn't really worry too much about what the laws are. If they don't see it or whatever, then it's not a big deal. If you can conceal it and stuff, then it's fine. Oh, you like the cross? Okay, thank you, Jim Shady. I was trying to check the chat here real quick. Yeah, most people, knives are okay in California as far as I know. Yeah, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I think they're just trying to what are you doing?
I'll be there in a second.
Okay, I think they're just trying. The thing is, it's not just California and New York that we have to worry about, though, because this is coming to all states and all cities. They're just trying to go after the Second Amendment like crazy, unfortunately, and that's just what we have to deal with. We need to get on it and tell the congressmen, senators, and stuff that tell them that they need to stop doing. They need, especially the Republicans. They don't. What am I trying to say? They're all talk but no action.
Yeah.
We need to get on the phone, be calling them every single day and be like, this is what needs to be done. This is what needs to be done. And just keep hounding them until maybe they do something like that. Yeah, and these things work good for hunting and stuff too, because they're so quiet and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think everybody should have one.
But
These are really difficult though to pull.
Yeah, do your research, because some compound bows, if you watch Walking Dead, Daryl, this sucker's not as easy to cock as they try to make it out to be.
Yeah, so do your research, because we got one that was actually a lot harder. He's finally learning how to do it and stuff, but it's still really hard to do. And you want something that's not as hard to cock back. So just do your research on that, because we're not experts on that kind of stuff. But it is definitely something that you should have already. Also, I know that a lot of people live in like apartments or things like that, live in the city and stuff, maybe apartments. They don't have a lot of land, not a lot of opportunity to do different things. So I wanted to talk to those people a little bit, because a lot of times it's like people are always saying, well, have all these animals and have this big garden and this. Well, if you're living in an apartment, you don't really necessarily have the room for doing a lot of that. And I think a lot of people are like, well, I just can't prep because I don't have the space and stuff for that. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's false, because you just have to be creative. Like what he was saying, you got to be creative, like with the black powder thing and stuff. Prepping is also,
instead of thinking horizontally, think vertically. Grow things vertically.
Yeah, prepping is also can be fun if you can make it challenging and think, well, how can I do this in this area and stuff? Because when we first started prepping, we lived in an apartment. It was like a townhouse, but it was, we had all these neighbors and stuff. We didn't have any land or anything. So honestly, we didn't have people come over or anything like that. So we turned our living room into our stockpile room. Nobody came over or anything. That's just where we stored everything. And we just made do. We didn't have living room furniture or anything like that. You just do what you can with what you've been given, where you're at.
Yeah.
Most people say, well, you need to move, you need to go get some land, you need to do this, you need to do that. And yes, that's all good and sounds really good, but not everybody can do that. And some people, their jobs or something. Some people, maybe they don't want to leave the school for their kids because it's a really good school, or just there's many different things. I'm trying to go back and catch this right now. Well, yeah, the time for excuses is over. Never look back. Exactly. You can turn prepping into a fun game, because you don't want to get bored. And get burnt out and stuff. So if you can sit and think and be creative with it and turn it into a game for your kids and stuff to get them involved, you can do some different things like that with it. And then you won't get burned out. Because I know right now, a lot of people are probably getting burnt out. Everybody's saying, the world is ending tomorrow. We need to hurry up and go out, or at least a certain person's been saying that for like a year. But
clickbait.
The world is not ending tomorrow. So as far as I know, it's not. I'm not a fortune teller or mind reader. I don't know. It might. But if it doesn't, you've got time to go ahead and find things and get what you need and stock up. And, I have this sense of urgency lately. Like we need to really just kick it into high gear. And if you're just now starting prepping, you need to. Now, don't go out and spend all your savings or anything like that. But, if you've got some extra money and you're like, okay, I was debating what to do with this or whatever, well, maybe go ahead and get some extra things. Don't go out
and max out all your credit cards and get all these signature loans.
Well, that's the thing. It's because, we might still be here for another year, 5, 10 years before I really don't think that long. But, it's not worth it to go out and max out everything and then wind up having to claim bankruptcy, file bankruptcy or something, and then not having anything and being stuck back over and having to start over again. So just do what you can, and do it slowly. And, like in the apartment setting and stuff, you can like grow inside with the grow lamps and stuff like that. You can have like shelving that goes up and stuff. So like you were saying, go vertical and stuff. Yeah. So, where there's a will, there's a way. So just remember that if you start feeling down or something like that. Hey, Frank Short, good to see you. Hey, Rabid, good to see you.
And I'd like to revisit, we're talking about knives and edged weapons.
When Frank Short, that is said when he lived in an apartment, besides having canned food, he used to get like Mountain House freeze-dried food. Freeze-dried food stores well, and you can store them on top of each other and stuff. Now it can get pricey. It depends on what brands you use and stuff. I mean, usually Augustin Farms on Amazon has pretty decent prices, like their number 10 cans and stuff. So I like to get that. Might not be the best tasting food in the world, but it's food and it's protein and you won't starve. It's got nutrients, vitamins, all that stuff. So it'll keep you alive. Sometimes stocking like cans and stuff is a little bit tricky in an apartment if you've only got so much space. So sometimes like the big buckets of that kind of stuff do store better if you have the means, the extra money or something for those. So that is an option. The one thing that is harder to store in apartments would be water.
Just because
it takes up so much space. But then again, get creative. You got some opening underneath your bed and it fits a water jug. Put water jugs underneath your bed. Put them over
your stairs if you got two-story.
If you got two-story under your stairs, closets, you can have them in 10 different rooms or however many rooms you have. I mean, there's a way that you can do it. And water is fairly cheap
so far.
I mean, it's gone up in price like everything else, but that's just something. And if you're in an apartment, it might be a little bit hard for you to like get rainwater, rain catchment and stuff like that. But pay attention to, do you have maybe a pond nearby, a lake, a river that I would have to say would be in walking distance and not very far, because you have to think if you're carrying back water jugs, it's going to be really heavy on your way back. But if your car's not working for whatever reason, either you don't have any gas for it because we've been collapsed for so long, or an EMP or something like that, you just want to make sure that you're able to get somewhere. Bikes are good ideas too, like mountain bikes. They work too, and you can store those pretty easily, even inside an apartment. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And a couple of people have mentioned some. I want to go back to the subject of knives and bladed weapons. Is check your state's laws. Texas, it used to be, I think 3.5 was the legal length for a knife to carry on you. They have now changed it where as long as you're 18 and older, there is no such thing as an illegal white knife in Texas.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, that you could even carry a sword. It was when you had walked away.
I could carry this legally in Texas.
Although private businesses, I guess, do have their own rules, because we went into a mall. This was a year or two ago or something.
In Houston.
And was it in Houston that happened? Okay. And we were actually leaving the mall. Wasn't it when we were leaving? We were going back to the car. And the security guy like ran out followed us out and stuff, and said that he couldn't have that knife in there. And he's like, why? There's no law. You
it's not against the law.
It's not against the law. And he said, well, it's a private property, private building or whatever. And we're like, you followed us out to tell us that as we're heading out to the car. I'm like, that, I think maybe he was afraid to, I don't know, to ask you in the store or tell you something. I don't know what was up with that, but I thought it was kind of strange that happened.
And it's kind of funny that the mall in Houston, I couldn't carry a knife. The mall in Mesquite, I can carry a pistol.
Where's Mesquite?
The Grapevine Mill. Well, not Mesquite, Grapevine.
Oh, okay. And over by Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it just depends, and it's up to you. I think everybody should, personal opinion, don't listen to me, but I think everybody should, if we made soft targets harder, where there were people that were actually carrying when they weren't supposed to be and could protect and stuff, criminals would stop targeting those kind of places.
They're gonna
So-
go to the place of least resistance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just an opinion on that. I just want to mention something really quick for you guys. We are trying to get to that 500 subscribers, and once we do, we will have that giveaway. And I told you guys about that. Some Amazon gift cards and call it Kelly Kettle, named after me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and I'm hoping that we'll hit that before Christmas so that you guys can get a nice Christmas thing. That would be really great.
That'd be cool.
But if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to us so that you won't miss out on that and you'll be able to be a part of that. I do have one more thing that I'm gonna say real quick. We do have a Cash App, and it is pinned in the pinned comments on the live stream, and then I'll also put it in the comments later. You don't have to. I'm just bringing it up in case, because we are not monetized yet. Everything that we do, that we put into the channel, the equipment that we use, the streaming service we pay for, and the giveaways, everything like that comes out of our pocket. The time, money, everything comes out of ours. So if you guys feel like you can do that, then that's great.
But
yeah, I'm not complaining or anything about it, because I'm the one that's going and purchasing these things. So I'm not complaining. But if you guys just feel like you can spare something a little bit to help for the giveaway or something, then that's great and wonderful. And you guys can feel free to do that.
plus,
But no pressure. So I just
we
wanted to
can add
mention
more
that.
stuff to give away.
And then, yeah, and everything that is donated to the channel is going to go directly back into the channel, because I want to have some giveaways and stuff like that. If we don't hit 500 by Christmas, I might just do a little Christmas giveaway too. So I don't know. We'll see what we do.
It is none of it goes for our own personal use.
Yeah, it's all going right back into here. But I do want to do some fun stuff for you guys and stuff. So I just thought I'd mention that real quick. But anyway, let's get back in here. Let me see what's going on.
So somebody has
Yeah, James Price. I would love to get a freeze dryer. Unfortunately, they don't do like payment plans or anything like that for them. I think they do, like, I think you can pay like 4 months or something, but you don't get it until it's paid off or something. They do have something like that. I do think a freeze dryer would come in handy, especially
So
if
we
you're
can
buying a lot of freeze dried foods.
you
and
can make your own
stuff, but-
long-term food.
Yeah, exactly. You could do just
Plus,
about
that way-
anything.
That way you can get freeze drive exactly the same kind of food that you want to eat,
Yeah, that's true.
and not be take whatever food they decide
Mhm.
to make.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a good idea. Okay, let's see. Hey Rip Curl, good to see you. I don't remember if I said hi to you, Steve Harry, but hello. Minuteman, did I say hi to you? I don't remember. You'd like to win one of my paintings? Honestly, I have only a couple of big paintings left. We just kind of got rid of them when we moved. I am going to start getting into painting again, probably pretty soon. I could do some stuff like that and give them away for like Christmas or something like
Yeah.
that, some paintings. So maybe that's something that I'll do this month, is get some paintings done and stuff, and we can give some of those away.
I've got my tiger one that I kept.
Yeah, but that's a huge one, so shipping would be
Yeah,
ridiculous.
true.
That's the problem.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, shipping would be like $100 or $200 probably, depending on where they are. But yeah, we can make some smaller ones, and we can definitely have some giveaways. That would be awesome. Hey Teresa, good to see you. Okay, let's talk about something that I believe it was Black Cat brought up. And this is a funny one. Okay, what would you do right now if all of a sudden you're sitting here talking in chat and you're watching us and everything, and all of a sudden SHTF happens. The internet goes
Oh, no.
gone. Lights go out. And you're just sitting here, like, internet's gone, lights are off, everything's gone in black. What would you guys do? What would be your first reactions? What you would do with this? Probably first thing I would do would be go and check the car and see if it starts, because that would tell me if it was an EMP or not. What would you?
First thing I do is grab my pistol
or rifle,
or both.
Well, yeah, I guess grab that and then go check the car. I guess that would be the first thing to do.
In other words, strap up.
Yeah, exactly. What would you guys do?
Get dressed, to be able to go out.
Yeah. I think checking the car to see if it was an EMP or not, because it could just be something, just grid down situation or something. I had this happen once in Houston. Well, every time that the lights go out or something for some strange reason, my first thought is, did I pay my electric? And I'm like, yes, I did. Okay, it's not that. And then I go outside and I look and I see if anybody else's lights are on and stuff.
Yeah, we do that.
And if they're all off, then I'm like, is my phone working? And I'm like, let me call the because usually when it happens, there's no bad storms, there's no winds or anything like that.
You mean several times when it happened?
Yeah, several times when it's happened, it's like, why on earth are we having a power outage? It doesn't even make any sense. So I just usually check neighbors. Here, we don't really have any neighbors we'd be able to check or anything anyway. So first, if everything went out, including the internet, I would know something bad was happening or was about to happen.
Yeah,
one or the other. What do you guys think? Hey, Randy, good to see you. Yeah, that's a good idea, JRC Homestead. Run water in tub before city wells are down.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I should have thought of that.
Yeah, Randy said the same thing as what I was saying. Lights out. First thing is look outside to see if neighbors without electric, then call electric to see if an outage or what they're working on it. Yeah. My thought, though, is if the internet goes out, so we're not, because, well, the internet is with power, too, so that wouldn't matter. The whole thing would go out. Never mind. Well, no, I mean on my phone, because the phone's not hooked up. I mean, if the electricity goes off, my phone's still working as long as it's got a battery life on it.
Well, grab the crank radio and see if we can find out any information through it.
Yeah, that's something that we want to work on too, though, is like comms and getting some better comms and stuff like that. That way we can talk to other people and see what's going on and stuff. We really need to figure out some way where we can all kind of talk after this happens, because we're all scattered throughout, most of us, I think most of our subscribers are US. I just looked at the statistics of the channel the other day. It said 99% are male and 1% is female. And I find that really hard to believe, because I know there's a lot of females that are in this chat right now. And in fact, the other time it said 100% were male, 0% female. I'm like, YouTube doesn't even know how to identify a woman. So, I mean, that's pretty bad right there, because I know that there are more women in here than that. But I think most of the people that are subscribed are from the United States, but I do think I had a couple from the UK or something like that too. Really? But most of us are scattered, all over the United States, maybe a couple other places in the world. So, I mean, how would we communicate with each other after that? Because you need support. And if you're stressed out and stuff, it's nice to be able to talk to somebody else that's going through the same thing, that understands your mindset and things like that, that feels the same way that you do about different things and stuff. So you can,
I wish CB radios had more range. I had CB when I was in my 20s, and it was great. But I even as a base unit, I don't think has very long range. But it's so much easier to operate than a ham radio.
See, I've never operated a ham radio, but I've been looking into getting one. The other part is there's so many different things out there and stuff, so I'm having a hard time. I'm trying to do some research to make sure I get something correct. I know that you, hey McBean, good to see you. I know that you need a license to talk on it right now, but when things get sour and stuff like that, they're not going to be coming and asking, "Where's your license at?" and blah blah blah.
Well, I guess we
So,
could at least listen
yeah, you can listen now all
and
you
get some
want.
information that way.
But honestly, to get your ham license, it's not very expensive, and I think it probably fairly easy to do and stuff like that. I think like $30 or something to get the license, so it's really
How
not
much does
that
the
bad.
equipment cost?
That's the thing I need to look at is how much all of that costs and what exactly you need, because I don't know a lot about communication. I'll be honest. That's one of the things I really know nothing about.
Yeah, I would imagine the taller antenna you can get, better reception would be, but I don't know how ham radios will operate.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them, so that's something that we are investigating and looking into. Yeah, also need a tower. Yep,
Yeah.
Randy. Yeah, exactly. And grid down, no one's going to be worried about no stinking license. Exactly.
Yeah, true. Well, I'm wondering if the CB radio, if I had a
You still need power for the radio to work. Yeah, unless you have solar or unless you have like a crank, one of those crank radio things.
which has
stuff,
no range.
Right, but I mean,
Or
you
not
can hear a local or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like we've got a couple of those different ones. I think one of them's got solar panels on it to help too and stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading chat here real quick. Oh, $100. Okay, Steffel said they license ham in California for $100 class and test. Yeah, I wasn't sure how much it was, but I knew that it wasn't really extremely that much. I don't know how long the licenses last for either. I don't know if you have to keep getting it renewed or not, but I mean, if you have a little bit of extra chump change and you've got your ham set up and stuff, it might not be a bad idea. That way you could like legally right now get on there and you could learn how to use it better and stuff. Plus probably getting your license and taking the test, you're learning how to use it.
I'm sure they can find a study guide someplace and maybe we ought to just start studying.
Yeah, that's an idea. Get one of those. I think they have ham for dummies, those big yellow dummy for dummies books and stuff. I think that's what we need to get. Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't even think about that. Rabbit said the bad thing about having a license is your address is public for all to see. I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point. I didn't know that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Well, I wonder if I have a large antenna for like the ham, but I hooked up the CB, how much that would extend the range.
I don't know. We'll just do some research on it and stuff. But yeah, I didn't realize that they would have your address and stuff. That's a really good point.
Can you bypass that by having a PO box and put that down? Or do you have to have a physical address?
I think it's probably physical is my guess, but I'm not 100% sure. That's good. The Idiot Guide to Ham Radio. Yeah, that's what I need.
That'd be right up my alley.
The Idiot Guide to Ham Radio. I need that one. Coffee First said the license itself is $35. And it lasts 10 years. So, and then taking the test is free. Okay, that's cool. It might be something I'd check into, but if they do need the address and everybody will have our address, I'm not sure if it's really worth it to do that or not. Just for privacy issues and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, you need a valid email, not a physical address?
Oh, okay.
Well, somebody else said physical address is required, so I'm not sure. We'll check into it and see if we find out any information or whatever. If we do it and stuff, then we'll keep you guys posted so you guys know what the process was like and stuff like that. Also, that might be good for a video, actually, if we do that.
Just had a thought, get a police scanner.
Well, actually, that would be a good idea. You couldn't talk to other people,
No,
but you
but
could
you
at
hear
least
about
hear
things
what's
going on.
going on and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I never even thought about that. A police scanner is not a bad prep to have, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And another thing that people don't necessarily think about as a prep is a drone, because especially if you're traveling or something, you're in a traffic jam, you can fly it up and you could see what's going on down there, if the roads are clear or if it's all backed up, and if you need to go a different route and stuff, you could use the drone to for direction, different
Yep,
things
yep.
like that. Plus, also, if you've got a large property, you can use the drone to kind of scan around your property and stuff to make sure that nobody's coming up there, and it could be like a good warning for you too. So
Get
that's another good prep that people don't think about as much.
get multiple drones, and then if somebody sends their drones after you, send your suicide drone to crash into their drone.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I was just reading. Yeah, must have a valid U.S. mailing address. Must have a valid taxpayer identification, like a social security number. CB is great, but privacy isn't good. Range
No,
depends on the power and mainly the antenna. Yeah, I thought most of it kind of depended on the antenna and
Yeah,
stuff.
and you just got to be careful what you put out there because, like you said, everybody's hearing it.
Yeah. Yeah, the drones aren't really that expensive. You don't need like a super expensive one and stuff. She said she wants a drone to spy on her neighbors. She thinks they're Freemasons. Yeah. Yeah, it might be a good idea just to get a ham. I'm not even really worried about taking the test and doing all that,
Yeah,
because
just so
you
you
can
listen.
just so you can listen. Like you said, when you actually are needing it, which is in a really bad situation and stuff, it's not going to matter anyway.
Yeah.
So
And like
that's
I
not a
say,
big deal.
it might, us living out here gives an early warning what's coming down the pike.
Yeah, I do like the idea of the police scanner though too, because like you said, you'll be if I'm assuming that that wouldn't get messed. I mean, only if an EMP hit, probably.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would probably work even during bad situations. They'd be using them to talk to each other and stuff. So, unless there's an EMP, those would probably be fine.
And if you're having bad storms, no weather's a good thing to check on.
Yeah, definitely.
When I was taking flying lessons, I'd check that to see the weather forecast when I was going to go fly.
Yeah. Oh, it's all about electrical stuff. The test is all electrical stuff. It's kind of overwhelming at first. Coffee first said.
That's kind of not good, but if I can pass the test and get my engine run license to run Air Force jets, I think I could probably handle it.
Probably with flying colors and stuff. But okay. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I know we didn't really talk a whole lot on these topics and stuff like that, but I just wanted to bring up some different situations and stuff. Oh, let me kind of go with the first thing we were talking about a little bit. Like, you live in one of those states, okay? And I was talking about how, I don't think something bad's going to happen tomorrow or next week. I mean, probably soon. My thought is that maybe election time, if we even have an election, they might try to go to war or something and have martial law or something and suspend the election. I don't know. But something might happen by that point. So
Now, I'm having second thoughts on that.
What do you think?
Well, like you say, we've been talking about election is when things are going to get really bad. And then what happened in Israel kicked off, and I'm afraid it might be accelerating.
Yeah, it's possible. And then also what I was thinking about before too is that what if Turkey decides to attack Israel? Turkey is with Iran right now. Turkey is NATO. Okay. This could be a really bad situation for us, because what are we supposed to do? We technically have to back Turkey because they're NATO. but we can't back Turkey and back Israel at the same time. And if we back Turkey, they're with Iran, so we're helping the enemy. What I mean, that's a really horrible scenario, and I don't even know what.
And I don't know if people realize that we have United States Air Force in Turkey at Incirlik Air Force Base, Incirlik Base.
Mhm.
I think I was there TDY. I think they're now as American personnel permanently assigned there, not just temporary duty.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's not the only place.
Yeah. So these are just some things to watch, and just keep watching over there and see what exactly is happening and stuff. Because it seems like something new is going on every day over there. Every new country. Like who was it that just got involved in?
Well, it was like yesterday or the day before I heard that, and I don't know who, the Yemen officially declared war against Israel.
Yeah, so
I don't know if anybody remembers the ship that they got a hole blown in the side of the ship at a Yemen port.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that are going on over there. And the crazy thing is that all of a sudden you don't hear about Ukraine anymore either.
Oh yeah,
they kind of fizzled that one out, and that war's still going on too. They're still fighting. We're just not hearing about it and stuff.
Well, it's fixing to slow down because
the cold.
Well, it's going to get cold, but that's not it. It's going to start getting wet, and then the tanks can't get off the road until it freezes hard.
Mm-hmm.
Then they can get back into action.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, I agree, Teresa. If Turkey's NATO, why are they with Iran?
Yeah, like I say, I was TDY there back in 1981.
Yeah, that's why I think that's going to be a really bad situation happening there. I don't understand why they're doing it or what they're doing. And actually, this is my thought, but I'm not sure if this is accurate or not. If Turkey attacks Israel, since they're the ones that started the war and went to war, that means we don't have to back them because they broke the treaty with NATO by starting a war.
I don't think so.
Or am I wrong?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. I was just thinking because I'm not sure if like if you keep starting wars and having problems, you can't be in NATO. I think that's one reason why Israel probably isn't part of NATO, because somebody's always trying to attack them and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but
well, it's kind of like when I was TDY to Turkey, there was 2 hangars. I worked out of one hangar. If anybody remembers history, the U-2 pilot that was shot down over Russia, his airplane was based out of the hangar that I worked out of in Turkey. And then on the flight line in Turkey, you looked up to the north, and within sight was a Russian cement plant. It was also they were looking at us, listening to us, watching everything we did, listening to everything we did. Russians in Turkey.
Yeah, I agree, Bama Jen. I'd say we fund no other country. We can't be the police of the world. It's getting ridiculous how much money it's costing us to fund all these other people and to help them out. Especially with Ukraine and stuff. Why isn't like France and
it's in their backyard.
And Poland, and why aren't they helping more and stuff? It's their backyard. They need to protect it, because otherwise Russia will come. If they conquer Ukraine, then they would just go to the other countries around there and stuff. So why aren't they helping them to make sure that it's not, you know what I'm saying? Well,
I agree.
I don't know. We're just funding too much that we're not going to be able to have our own war if it needs be. You know what I'm saying?
Ukraine, Israel,
and everybody always
North Korea
counts on us and thinks that
Iran.
we're going to take care of them, and they're always asking us for money to help them and stuff. And it's like, we can't keep giving what we don't have. We can't keep printing money. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
Basically, in my opinion, we saved the world in World War II, and they've been expecting us to do the same ever since.
We can't even save ourselves. We can't even secure our borders. We've already
Oh,
got
we can.
sleeper cells.
We can.
Well, no, I mean, we can. They just won't.
Right.
So it's like,
So
we need
why
to start
don't
doing
they?
this first. I know.
There's got to be a reason why.
Well, because they want these people to come in here because they're going to have their own little standing army to rise up against us. It's what the government wants. They don't care about the United States. They
No.
want to drag us down and destroy us. And
well, Biden's going to solve the immigration problem.
well, he was supposed to solve cancer too, or supposed to cure cancer too.
No, I'd say he wants to turn America into a shithole, so nobody will want to come here.
Oh, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening. Well, no, people are still wanting to come here, but eventually they won't. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm not going there anymore. That's a bad place."
But as America declines, every place else is declining worse.
Yeah, if we don't fund wars, how would the politicians get rich?
Exactly.
That's the thing is wars make money. That's why we have them.
Yeah.
It's the
Wars,
politicians
wars good for
line
the
their
economy.
exactly. They'll line their pockets and everything. They're just they're doing some shady stuff over there. I mean, how can politicians that make what do they make, $250 a year or something like that? 200 a year or something like that.
200, give or take 25.
How are they millionaires and some billionaires? I mean, even if you're in it, for as long as some of these dinosaurs have
been trading.
As long as some of these dinosaurs have been up in here,
or kickbacks. Kickbacks.
Oh goodness. All right.
Corruption.
Sorry, you guys. Okay, goodness. Yeah, that's what it is. It's exactly what he said. But I think that they need to have term limits and then fix all that problems. Nobody can get rich. You only do it if you want, if you really care about the country and stuff. So,
absolutely depopulation. And they don't care if they wipe out 90% of the people as long as they're in the 10% that survives.
Chaos Prepper said, "I'm getting a passport so when Texas decides to leave the union."
That's one of the main reasons I'm just glad we didn't move out of Texas.
He said my laugh is contagious. Okay, I'm sorry. It cracked me up, man. Yeah, these elites might just find out how evil some of us peasants will be. Just saying. Yeah. If they can't get rich, they don't want the job. Well, that's what I'm saying. What we need to do is get rid of everybody. Just get rid of everybody. Start all over, fresh slate, everybody. And everybody has term limits.
Yeah.
And
two wings of the same bird.
Yeah. And, one of the reasons I think that they do this too, career politicians, is, well, the money. And then even when they do quit and retire or they're kicked out or whatever happens, they're getting benefits for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
They're getting money and benefits and stuff like that. So it's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. I mean, you shouldn't retire from being a politician. It was never meant to be a full-time job, like forever and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Like us, I'll go to Washington, kick ass, and then come home.
I mean, I would do it for a couple years, do it for terms and stuff like that. I would light a fire under their butts and stuff. But
like Roddy Piper did in the movie, and said, "I'm here to chew gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum."
Yeah, no more lobbyists either. Yes,
definitely.
Hey, Michael G. Yes, you are really late because we're just about to end it. You'll have to go back and watch the replay, but I'm glad you made it. Yeah, Texas, a whole nother country. I think if Texas was its own country, what did you say? Like it would be number 4 in the world or something? 3?
I forget the gross
Yeah,
product.
it was up there at the top for
Pretty
being,
high up there.
by itself and
Well, I
stuff.
figure we
And,
got the coast. We got
I mean, we've got our own grid and everything.
no, I've got oil. We've got cattle.
Hmm
We've got agriculture.
I mean, I think we could do it. But the thing is, if Texas were to succeed, I don't think we'd be the only ones that would be doing it.
Oh,
There
no,
would be
yeah.
other states that would be following us.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like, okay, they did it. We're doing it now next. It's like, I think some states are actually waiting to see if we actually do.
I get that impression. I get that impression. And the thing is, a lot of them would be southern states, but not all of them. There are some Midwestern states that I think that would come along too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm just checking up on chat real quick and lots of guns. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Texas we could have our own army here.
I was going to say the number of people that have hunting license in Texas is more than some countries have in their freestanding in their armies.
Yeah.
And that's just people license.
Yeah.
And not everybody that has gun has hunting license.
Yep, that's true.
I don't. Well, no, I do.
Yeah, you do. You have one. Yep. Yep, raise rice, cotton, and sugar here too.
Yep. So we can pretty much be self-sustaining.
Yeah, I don't know. Rabbit said that I think if Texas actually did succeed in secession, Mexico would probably take it back. Just an observation.
I think they had hell trying.
They'd probably try. I don't think Texas.
They tried it once. They didn't succeed.
Yeah, I don't think that.
And they can't even get their act together to combat the drug dealers,
the drug cartels down there and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, Jim Shady said they have several apps to train you for the tests and stuff. So yeah.
Tennessee come rescue us. I know there were some Tennesseans in the Alamo.
Yeah, they didn't have the cartels back then though, like they do now and stuff. But all right, you guys, leave us a comment what you guys want to talk about next week and stuff. We kind of just started rambling and just talking about all kinds of crazy things. We had a couple of scenarios, but let us know what if you guys come up with some ideas, some scenarios you want us to talk about, and we'll definitely do that.
Yep.
And please give us a thumbs up on your way out the door if you could. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you're not subscribed, hey, why not? It's a fun channel here. We just sit back and we just chit chat and have fun with you guys and stuff. It's great. So, all right. So you guys, we will see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your night. God bless you. Bye-bye.
We love y'all.